case, where's my action button? So I don't have a whole lot of time to make videos and stuff. But anyway, last video I told you guys I was going to show you the basic patterns that I use for the next step build. Look it up. The next pieces I was building was on my shoulder pieces and the shoulder pieces, which are removed. Not here, because I know patterns off-site. But we got these little skirt things. We'll call it kilt, armor kilt. Basically attached to the butt, front, side of the hip, surround the top there. Okay. I will have to make this basic substructure here, pod plate. I'll probably be building that next as I'm going to be tackling this next and starting the tone. So I'll show you guys how to do that stuff. Anyway, basically what I did was just took this and broke it down into simple shape. Okay. Now many details will be added, trinkets and rubies, if you will, to get the full detail of this. But I'll show you basically how to keep this. This is the basic, well, this is the details structure, and this is basically in the ballpark of it. Now, from this piece here, this piece set where the things are very easy. So whenever I do get all these products back to my house, whether it's painted, be able to rip them out, stretch them, keep them up, and spin them to the correct place. Once I get the deep one out here, then I'll do it out of here. But basically, this is what we have. I said there are a few patterns with a little tinkering, but none of them are perfect. As you know, there's 4 of them, so the duplicate is 5 4. It's a really simple process using hot knife a couple times. Basically, we made our pattern maybe 4 sets at a time. So what you're looking at is this one layer here, which I use the texture side up of this particular foam, because instead of being the diamond plate, it's more of a gridded plate, and that's going to look really good once we paint it and we start detailing it. Those high points are going to catch that silver that we're going to use to weather it, and it's going to look very nice. So you have layer 1, layer 2, which I'm including this, but it's a separate piece. You have 1, 2, 3 layers of foam and 3 different thicknesses. You have floor mat foam, a slightly thinner quarter-inch floor mat foam, and then you have basically a foaming. Why did I do this in red and black? Because I ran out of black foam. I don't like using other colors, other foam, but it did. And these textures here, and here are burns from the heat gun. As you can see, I just put on the edge here and kind of melted that, but it's going to be a rough suit anyway, so it's going to just get through the powder. So I'll just repeat the process by 4. Same details, same everything. By eye. So none of it is perfect, but anyway, you got that. Also the shoulder piece, which I don't have, which would go here. I did kind of the similar process, and this is what I came up with. Now you'll see this is bent, and the way I did that was I took the little cheap helmet from the Dollar Tree, bent the foam around it, and glued it 2 points. Sanded this, of course, because it won't stick to a small surface. Glued our shoulder piece on there, and then just drew out a little template and made 2 small curves. So once that glued in there real tight, and it's as good as welded together, got a very, very nice curve for the shoulder there. And of course, towards the finishing and fitting process, we'll actually cut a loop out of here, and it'll still remain its shape. So, cool little process. You'll see this one here is actually only 2 layers deep of foam. There's no detail layer of the foamy foam on there, and all your little scribes and stuff here are burns, burned in with the soldering iron. All these small shapes, all these small lines, which are all hand and eye. They're not measured, so some burned a little more than the others, you know, but overall, you got this with all these details. You start painting, you start the weathering process, it's going to look great. All these little silver dots, that's those thumbtacks I showed you. I just put a dab of glue on them, popped them on there, and bam. So, take that, take your patterns, duplicate it, and now, we're shoulder armor. So, now, on to the patterns. Let me see if I can... do this. I'll tell you what, man, while you're being useless, why don't you help me hold my iPad? Hey guys, you mother. Sorry. Let's do it like this. That should work great. Turbo. Blah! Okay. Okay, let's try this. Okay. So, look at the patterns for this. Okay. Now, all these are to be taken with a bit of salt and pepper from Louisiana, maybe a little Tony Sashers, because they're very crude. Okay? So, basically, start with layer 1. Layer 1. So, our layer 1. Layer 2. Okay. Then you have these layers here, which again, this is somewhat symmetrical, so you're able to make one pattern here, flip it, and do the other. So I would go there, and then you have your smaller sections up here. Okay, now I did make those smaller sections, and originally intended for them to be cut separate. However, that didn't work out like I wanted. So anyway, I ended up making them one piece and then cutting the pattern one piece. And the lines you see are just melted in lines from the soldering iron. This center line is also soldered in as well. So, okay. So basically, you can see my patterns are very basic. How did I make them? Basically, I just had this with me, and I used my little technique I showed you guys in another video. Oh, here's an extra piece. I did leave a couple pieces out here. Okay. You have a separate centerpiece here. Okay. It went in the middle. So 7-piece pattern. It's really not that bad. But in my previous video, previous videos back, I showed you guys how to duplicate your pattern to make even sides. Basically, you want to take your paper, fold it in half, and you want to draw half of the design. And take your time drawing this half. Okay. Once you have that half, flip it over, paper, trace it, cut it out, and bam. Yeah, even pattern. Just repeat the process. Anything you need symmetrically, you can use this process. So, just like that. So anyway, as you can guess, the shoulder pattern was a very similar process. This is kind of boring, so I understand if you stray and you go, I don't need you here. But if you want to see some more boring stuff, then I will show you this. This is the basic shoulder pattern. Same way. Fold it in half. Bam, sucker. Okay? And then I kind of just drew these on one side, transfer them to the other. And you have your layer number 2, which should be cut out of foam accordingly. You have your center layer, which you guys can see I kind of strayed from the pattern. This should actually be raised a little more, and I might do that. I don't know. And then if you wanted to detail in the windows, you could have these. So, bam, from bam to bam. So you can see we played and modified, but overall I'm very happy with how they came out so far. And I have my patterns here. If you guys would be interested in my patterns, I just got this printer scanner working. So pretty good quality HP. So I would be able to actually scan these up and put them in email format. And if you guys are interested, I could provide them to you, so you can build your own. Okay. Now I'm still working out some kinks, but I have found that you can actually scan this into the scanner, put it in Photoshop, blow it up, make your basic pattern shapes, print them out, cut them out, bam! You can make the whole suit like that. Now, obviously there's a lot of detailed parts on here, okay? But what you have to realize is you get the basic parts down, and then come back with your details. The details are what's going to make your armor. So it seems like a whole lot, but as you can guys can see, I'm not doing all of this in a day. You know what I'm saying? So I make the patterns one day, cut the foam out one day, glue it together. You know, take your time, enjoy this stuff. So, but anyway, that's what we have for right now. As far as the belt buckle mold is retired. It's pretty beat, but got us the general shapes we needed, and you will see that when all these details come together, this will be quite epic. So, if you would be interested in this, which I don't know why you would be, but you can have it. Yes, you can have it. Yeah. Anyway, that's all we got right now. Stay tuned, because I plan on doing some building this evening, and we'll have some more videos coming up. Like I said, this is JP coming to you live from Coast to Coast Custom Studio. Coast to Coast Custom Apartment Suite. Yeah. On site. Building a costume in a hotel room. And, yeah. It is very possible, guys. Very, very possible. In a hotel room. Okay? We're going to build Comic-Con quality armor in a hotel. So, stay tuned, guys.